The following matchup is presented and played with Hockey Blast Express, a product of PLAAY Games LLC, copyright 2023, all rights reserved. And welcome back, everybody, to another day in this 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. Today's matchup will feature the 2022-23 Nashville Predators. And just a couple notes here before we get things started. Montreal has Ken Dryden in net. Normally, it would be him resting, but since Michel Larocque is still injured at the moment, he will sit out for this series. So I will have Ken Dryden be the full goalie here for the first two games of the series, and then hopefully by game three, Michel Larocque should be ready to go by game three. So in anywho, I decided, or actually the coach decided, Michel could use extra little bit of break here to rest. So he should be available for game three. So Ken Dryden, I'm disregarding my rules about goalie fatigue for goalie injuries. But moving forward, in case that ever happens again, I would just simply ignore the fatigue limits for goalies if one goalie does get injured, and that and all, because the 1976-77 Habs had carded two goalies for their team. Ken Dryden is one, and Michel Larocque is the other goalie. So anyway, Michel Larocque will be available sometime for game three coming up in this time frame matchup. The starting goaltender for Nashville is going to be none other than UC Saros, and the shot save is going to be a little bit problematic. So he's going to have to reach deep down for a play save or a spec save on the scoring chances for the home team. So with that being said, it's a new day, a new matchup. Let's get to it. Start the clock. We're going to begin with a quality check, this time between players 5 and 4. That's Nairop and Roman Yossi for hit. It looks like Bill Nairop has hit, and he's going to be moving in on Saros, who he will shoot. And Saros makes the save. So right off the bat, UC is tested a little bit early here in this time frame, here in game one of this time frame. And we move on to the next segment. We got a penalty check, this time between players 4 and 1. That's Serge Savard and Philip Forsberg. It looks like both guys had the same penalty rating of 0.5, so no penalty call. So the refs decides to say, hey, play on, but if I catch you doing that again, one of you is going to the sin bin. Visitor scoring chance. We have a 54. Home player in 4 stops goal with a quality roll of power or a square. That's Guy Lapointe. He does have power and he does have square. So Guy Lapointe will stop the Nashville goal from scoring into the back of the net behind Ken Dryden. We got another penalty check between anybody on the Habs to anybody on the Predators. Well, they could go for the power play, but as Tomas Novak has a penalty rating of 0, or we can go for the tie. We'll have the decider say, we tie. All right, we'll tie. So it'll be 2, it's Duchesne. Either way, you're going to tie anyway. I think we'll go with. I do want to keep one triangle out there here for the very least. I think I'm going to regret doing this, but Larry Robinson. So Larry Robinson will be matched up with Matt Duchene for the penalty check. And of course, we tied with both guys at a penalty rating of 0.5. The Reds decide to say, hey, play on. And unfortunately for them, it's going to be the end of the first period with the score deadlocked at a big fat goose egg. We start the second period with a home scoring chance of a 33. Home player in one creates a goal with a quality roll of hit or a triangle. Home player in one, it reads 33. Yes, home player in one, that's Maury Wilson. He does not have hit and he does not have a triangle. So therefore, no action took place in this segment here as the game remains tied at a big fat goose egg. We continue on with a visitor scoring chance this time with a 22. Home goalie must make shot saves. So Ken Dryden needs to make a 2 or a 3 with a dot to make the save. He can't and he will score. And someone on the Nashville Predators has scored the goal. Let's see who scored it. It's a 10, second best shot rating. So the best shot rating they got out on the ice is Tomas Novak. The second best shot rating is a tie between Treinen and Mark Jankowski. I do want to keep that circle out there, so we'll go with Mark Jankowski, who scored the icebreaker goal for the Nashville Predators. And we'll have 2 assists be delivered on the play. We'll go with Novak and Tyson Barrie. So Mark Jankowski scores the goal from Thomas Novak and Tyson Barrie as your Bitty Beer goal stat line. We stay in the 10-minute segment with a quality check this time for skill between anybody on the Habs against 5 with skill, power, and smart. That's Ryan McDonough. Well, either way, it's gonna do. Either way, it's gonna tie. So, no matter which one I pick, so we're gonna go with the player in number 5. That's Bill Nyrop. As both guys have the same quality with skill, and we see nothing happening in the second portion of this segment here. We move on. Oh, we got triple twos. This is a critical face-off. Each team will check each team's best face-off rating. The team with the better face-off rating will win the critical face-off and get an immediate six-star shot against the opposing goalie's spec save rating. If there's a tie for the best face-off rating, the home team wins. So it looks like we have Jacques Lemar with a 55 face-off rating to Colton Sisson's 54. It looks like Jacques Lemar will win that one. So Lemar will move in on UC Soros, who needs to make a 5 to make 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 to make the spec save. And he will! UC Soros stands on his head and does a spinneroonie to kick that puck out of the air. And prevent him from going into the back of the net. What a shot from Jacques Lemar, but what a save by UC Soros to keep this game right where it's at 1-0 Nashville. We got a quality check this time between anybody on the ice for the Montreal Habs, for the Canadiens, and it's going to be against Dante Fabro, with speed or smart. We're looking for the quality for smart. Either way, you're going to tie. So we're going to go with the same thing in the in the player in the 5th position, that's Larry Robinson. Both guys have smart, and we will end the second period right there, but not before not before the Preds do get on the board. It is 1-0 in favor of the 22-23 Nashville Predators. Home scoring chance, and we got a 12. Home goalie must make play save, otherwise it will be a goal. So Ken Dryden, oh man, he let through one goal. Let's see if he can stop this one with a play save of 4 or a 5 with a dot. As someone on the Preds will shoot, and Ken Dryden makes the save. So nobody flips since nobody was called. So the goalie stays the same, and we move on. Home scoring chance of a 53. Visitor defense player in 4. That's Serge Savard. He stops goal with a quality roll of star or a square. Yes, he is both a square and the quality rating of stars. So that is going to be it for that segment, as Serge Savard stops the Nashville goal. He blocks the Nashville shot from getting to the net, and we move on. Oh my goodness, a visitor scoring chance. This time it's a 14. Home goalie must make play saves. So either way, it's up to Ken Dryden to keep this at a 1-0 game. Will he do so? Of course he will. He saves it with a 2. He needs a 4 or a 5 with a dot. A 5 with a decider die dot. He got a 2, and we move on to the next segment. We got a 5-3-1. That is a quality check between players 3. That's Doug Jarvis, and player 1 for Nashville. That's Jakub Treinen for hit. It looks like Treinen does have hit, so he is going to be skating on in front of Ken Dryden as he will try to shoot the puck into the back of the net, which he does. He shoots, and Ken Dryden makes the stop. Holy! Oh my goodness. So now, since the game is within a 1-goal game, we go to the empty net mini chart, which we got a 2. Oh my goodness. Leading goalie must make spec save. So that is UC Saros. So he needs to make a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 to make the stop. Otherwise, we're going to overtime. UC Saros does make the stop. Stop the clock. Oh my goodness. So the Nashville Predators hang on to win game 1 of this time frame by a final score of 1-0, courtesy of the goal by Mark Jankowski was all enough, and UC Saros, man, I do believe he's going to start game 2 for the Nashville Predators. We'll see what happens when we get to the Forum in Montreal. But for right now, your final score here for game 1, the 22-23 Nashville Predators 1, and the 1976-77 Habs 0. Stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game 1 summary presented by Biddy Beer, your favorite Biddy Beer products. And stay tuned for game 2 coming up right after this. And welcome back, everybody, as we get set for game 2 of this time frame with 49 minutes and 59 seconds left on the clock. The 22-23 Nashville Predators currently lead this time frame by winning 1 game to none, winning last game, of course, 1-0. How ironic. Of course, your starting goaltenders remain the same. Lineups have not been the lineups have stayed the same as well. So today we are in the, or excuse me, I should say we were at the Forum last game. Today we are at Bridgestone Arena for Game 2 of this time frame. So without further ado, Preds lead this time frame 1-0. Can they go up 2-0? Let's see and find out. Let's get to it. Start the clock. We got a visitor scoring chance right off the bat with a 62. Any home player on the ice with a circle prevents a power play goal. Yes, we do. Ryan McDonough does have a circle printed on his card, so he prevents the Montreal Canadiens from scoring a power play goal, and we move on to the next segment. Home scoring chance with a 31. Choice home player rolls for a rebound goal using shot stars +2. Well, guess what, Nashville Preds fans? We're going to get that shot to Roman Josi. Let me just double. Yeah, using rebound goal using shot stars +2. So Roman Josi 1 + 2 is 3. So 3 full stars +1 hollow. It's going to end up being a 3 or a 4 with a dot to score the icebreaker goal. Oh, and it's not. Unbelievable. Ken Dryden will make the save. Unfortunately, and we will keep it there at a scoreless tie. Home scoring chance again. This time we got a 51. It is visitor defense player in 2. That is Jimmy Roberts. He stops the goal with a quality roll of star or a square. Well, he does not have star, but he does have the square, so he will stop the Predators' goal from scoring, from getting past him in the back of the net, and we move on to the next segment. Another home scoring chance. Oh my goodness. We got a 62 this time. Any visitor player with a circle prevents a power play goal. We have 2. It's either LaPointe or Bob Gainey. Well, guess what? Defenses always are up front, so we're going to give that stop to Guy LaPointe, and that's going to do it for the first period here at Bridgestone Arena here in Smashville. With your score, you can see a big fat goose egg, but it's still anybody's game as we move on to the second period of play. We got a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Preds, and they will play off against Serge Savard, who we're looking for hits. So anybody with hits, they can either tie or get it with hits. So guess what? I do believe we're going to get that to Kiefer Sherwood. So since Savard does not have hits, we're going to go with Kiefer Sherwood to win the challenge. And as he moves in on Ken Dryden, who needs to make a 5 or a 6 with a dot to make the save, which he will make the save. We keep this game tied at 0 apiece. Ace here, unreal. It is what it is. And we move on to the next segment. Oh, we got a penalty check, this time for anybody out on the ice, so it's going to be for the Habs. It will be Michael McCarron. We can go for the tie, or we can go for the tie, or they could try to go for the power play. Let's see what the decided I say. We tie. And it looks like they're going to go on for the power play. So it looks like Doug Reesborough is going to go to the box with a penalty rating of 1.5 to Michael McCarron's penalty rating of 1. So Doug Reesborough is going to go to the box as Michael McCarron will move in on Ken Dryden for a play save. He needs to make a 6 blank in order to score or the goal. He does so. It's a power play goal for the Predators. Michael McCarron, who scores that power play goal. Let's see how many assists. 1 assist. How about Philip Forsberg? So it'll be Michael McCarron from Forsberg, and the Predators get on the board in the second period of play here in Game 2 of this time frame, and they lead it 1-0. And we move on in this next portion of the segment. Visitor scoring chance. This is a chance for the Habs to get on the board to tie the game. We got a 56. Oh, any home player with a square stops the goal, stopping the Montreal goal. Unfortunately for the Habs, Dante Fabro does have a square, so he will stop the Montreal goal from scoring, and we move on to the next segment. We got a quality check between anybody on the ice for the Predators against Guy Lapointe. We're going to be looking for the quality of skill, so it's either Duchesne, Glass, Barry, or McDonough. I do want to keep one triangle and one square out there. So I do believe we're going to go with Tyson Barry. They both have skill, and we move on to the next segment of the game. We got a quality check between Glass and Nyrop for star. Neither of them have star, and that's going to do it for the second period here at Bridgestone Arena. Your score is the 22-23 Nashville Predators 1, and the 1976-77 Habs 0. We move on to the third period of play with a home scoring chance of a 14. Visitor goalie must make play saves. So unfortunately, you need to make a 6 blank in order to score the goal. And you won't. Unfortunately, the game remains The game remains a 1-0 game as we move on to a penalty check between McDonough and Tremblay. Oh, Mario Tremblay is going to go to the box as Ryan McDonough will move in on Ken Dryden, looking to make the play save here. As he looking to make the save here, you need a 6 blank in order to score the power play goal, which he will shoot. Unfortunately, Ken Dryden will make the stop. Remember, +1 to Montreal's play save stars for Ken Dryden. So Ryan McDonough, unfortunately, will not score the goal as Ken Dryden keeps the 76-77 Habs in this ball game by a score of 1-0, down by 1, and hopefully they can get right back in it with the next segment of a home scoring chance of a 16. Visitor goalie must make shot save. This could be ugly, folks. The shot save rating for Ken Dryden is a 2 or a 3 with a dot. So someone on the ice for the Predators shoots and scores as the Predators march on 2-0. And let's see who scored the goal. 8. Player with the best shot rating. That is going to go. We have a 3-way tie between Duchesne, Novak, and Roman Josi, courtesy of the Decider die. So I believe I do want to keep the power play the power play circle out there. So I think we're going to give that goal to Matt Duchesne. We'll give the goal to Matt Duchesne, and the assist is 2 assists. Unfortunately, it's going to be Roman Josi and Thomas Novak who are going to get the assists. So your stat line is Duchesne scoring the goal from Josi and Novak here in the third period, the 15th minute of the third period. Quality check, this time between anybody out on the ice for the Predators against Serge Savard for Smart. Everybody's going to have Smart, so either way, it's going to be a tie. So we're going to go with Tyson Barrie. There he is. Both guys have Smart. Both guys have Smart here, and we move on to the next segment of the game. Hopefully the final segment of the game. Oh, it's a penalty check between Mark Jankowski and Bob Gainey. Both guys have the same penalty rating, and stop the clock. The game is over. Your final score, back-to-back shutouts for UC Saros, winning 1-0 in Game 1 and Game 2 by a score of 2-0. Wow, this could be huge for the Predators going into Game 3 back at the Forum. So once again, your final score here for Game 2 is 2-0 in favor of the 22-23 Nashville Predators. Stay tuned for the Biddy Beer game summary and Game 3 coming up right after this. And welcome back to everybody to the time frame here for Game 3 here, this time frame between the 2022-23 Nashville Predators and the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. This is going to be Game 3, and of course, as mentioned before Game 1 got started, Michel Larocque needed an extra period of rest to recover from his injury, so he is back behind the net for the 76-77 Habs, hopefully to get his team on the board here in Game 3. And your starting goaltender for the Preds will be Kevin Lankinen, as he will have a 3 save, even though he has 4 play saves. According to the adjustments, he needs to take away 1 play save star, so he will have 3 play save and 3 spec save stars. With that being said, with 39 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, the last 2 games on average took about the last 2 games on average took about 10 minutes and 5 seconds, which is too bad, which is really kind of like the focal point where I want to try to get at least to play at least something a little bit faster for you guys, unlike the first game, which took at least 17 plus minutes to complete with me talking and just to showcase you guys how the game is played out. But and like I said, as the project goes along, you'll see me play games at a faster, a little bit of a faster pace. So with that being said, with 39 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, let's get Game 3 underway between the 22-23 Preds and the 76-77 Habs. Let's get to it. Start the clock. And we're going to kick things off with a 3-6-6. Oh my goodness. We're going to be kicking things off with a 3-6-6. And I do believe, according to the rules of this game, that is an automatic power play goal for the home team. And after referring to the rules, yes, it is. Where the home team gets an automatic power play goal, no save roll. So unfortunately for the Predators to begin this game, the Canadiens get on the board early. It's 1-0 off of the automatic power play goal scored by 6. Player with the best shot rating. Oh, Guy Lafleur is going to collect the power play goal. And how many assists are going to be tallied up on the play? 2 assists. So Robinson and Jacques Lemar. I do want to keep at least one square one of each symbol out there. So Guy Lapointe is out of it. So it's going to be Guy Lafleur from Larry Robinson and Jacques Lamar for that power play goal. Little stat line. We have a home scoring chance again. It's a 23. Visitor goalie must make spec saves. So Kevin Lankinen needs to make a 1, 2, or 3 to make the stop, which he does. So nobody swaps. And we move on to the next segment with the Habs up 1-0. Home scoring chance of a 56. Any visitor player with a square stops a home goal. You bet we have a square out there. We're going to give it to Dante Fabro. We do want to keep the power play circle circle star out there. So I chose Dante Fabro as such to collect the result of stopping the Montreal goal. We got a quality check between both players in 2 for hit. Nobody has hit. And we move on to the next segment of the game. Visitor scoring chance of a 54. Home player in 4 stops a goal. That's Guy Lapointe with a quality roll of speed or a square. He does not have speed. However, he does have a square. So that is going to seal up the deal as he stops the Nashville goal from getting past him to Michel Larocque. And the first period comes to an end here in Game 3 with your score after 20 minutes in the books. The 76-77 Habs won, and the 22-23 Predators nothing. We got a visitor scoring chance to kick off the second period with a 31. Choice visitor player rolls for a goal using shot stars +2. Guess what? We're giving that again to Roman Josi. So it'll be 3 + 1 hollow star. So it'll be a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the goal. He will score to tie things up. Roman Josi gets the goal. There will be 2 assists on the play. So we're going to give 1 assist to McDonough and the other assist to Yakov Treinen. So it'll be Josi from McDonough, and Treinen is your goal scoring stat line. Penalty check here in the 5th minute of the second period as we continue on in this segment between Bob Gainey and Tyson Barrie. Both guys have the same penalty rating, so no penalty is called, and the ref says play on, but if I catch you doing it again, you're going to the box. We got a quality check this time between players 2 and 4. That's Josi and Tremblay for power. Both have power, and we move on to the next segment here in this one as we are tied up at 1 apiece as Roman Josi tied the game in the last segment of the second period. We get a visitor scoring chance of a 16. Home goalie must make shot saves. So Michel Larocque needs to make a 1 or a 2. Otherwise, the Predators are going to take the lead. He can't. The Predators score. It's 2-1 in favor of the 22-23 Nashville Predators. And the goal scorer is 9. The second best shot rating. It's a tie between Sherwood and Sissons. I do want to keep Sissons out there, so we're going to give it to. Actually, no. Actually, it is Sissons. I'm sorry. So Sissons will get the goal, as assists will be 2. It will go to Barrie and Sherwood. So Sissons from Tyson Berry and Kiefer Sherwood on your goal scoring stat line. Quality check between players 1 and 3. That's Steve Shutt and Cody Glass for skill. Both have skill, and we move on to the next segment of the game. We got a quality check. Okay, so whenever this happens, I'm going to look at the home side first. We will roll this red 6 here. We'll roll the dice highlighted that I have here on screen, and whatever number it lands on, we will look at it. We will look at that player. So again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is an automatic reroll. So we're going to look at player 4. That's Serge Savard. So anybody with a skill, power, smart, and star. It's close. We're going to counter that with Roman Yossi. We are looking for the quality of skill. Both have skill. And we move on to the next segment. So one of the house rules that I have, and I'll explain it after this game, because I do want to keep things rolling here. I'll explain before we get to the game. Before we get to the game summary. Anyway, that'll be it for the second period. We move on to the third with a quality check of a 2 and a 5. So Guy Lafleur and Dante Fabro for power. Neither of them have power, and we are going to move on to the next segment of the game. Penalty check between players 1 and 5. That is Wilson and McDonough. Both have the same penalty rating of 0.5. And we move on to the next segment of the game. Ref says no penalty is called. It's clean. But again, if either of them cause a penalty again, one of them is going to go to the sin bin. Quality check between Nyrop and anybody with speed, skill, power, and hits. Let's counter that with Philip Forsberg. We're looking for power. Nyrop does have power, and this is a chance to tie things up here. So Nyrop moves in on Kevin Lankinen, who shoots, and Lankinen makes the stop. Whoop. Predators fans have held on to with deep breaths here in this game 3 here in this time frame, and we move on to the next segment. We got a quality check between both players in the 2s position, McCarron and Roberts, for skill. Jimmy Roberts has skill. This is to tie the game to go to overtime. Roberts moves in on Lankinen, who shoots. And Lankinen will make the save. And with that, we will go to the empty net minutes. I almost said empty net minutes. Jeez. Empty net mini chart. And we will roll the number that is highlighted here. We'll roll for the number that's listed here. It's a 4. Game is over. Stop the clock. Woo, man, games are really going by fast here as the Montreal Canadiens can't find a way to win a game, can't find a source of something here to try to end up beating the 22-23 Nashville Predators here as they take another game in this time frame and lead it this time frame 3-0 by a final score of 2-1. And again, going back to the house rule. So anytime a quality check comes up and double sixes come up, what I do is I roll the dice here. So say, for example, if we had like a 4-6-6 pop up that would be a quality check between between any skater that I choose. So what I do is I roll for the home side first with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a reroll. And I would look at that player number. So in this case, if I rolled a 3, so for instance, if I rolled, let's say a 5, I look at Larry Robinson and I look out on the Predators side, and I select one that is closest, or if I want to tie it up with it. So say we're looking for skill, I look for a guy with skill to tie it up, or if I want to take the lead, I look at somebody else who um, doesn't have it, to give Robinson a chance to score a goal on the goaltender. In this case, it would be Kevin Lankinen. So that's how the my little quirk with whenever double sixes come up, I roll the so again, I rolled the die right here. I look at I look at the number here that's highlighted, not the decider die. And I look and say, okay, it's Larry Robinson, and say closest matching to him would be Novak or Duchesne. I chose Novak, and say if I chose Novak, both have skill, and both guys would rotate. So that's how the my little house rule for that. Anytime a quality check comes up and it's double six and it's boxcars, double sixes, that's how the little house rule quirk I have will work. So anyway, the final score here for Game 3 is the 22-23 Nashville Predators 2 and the 76-77 Habs 1. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer Game 3 summary and Game 4 coming up right after this. And welcome back, everybody, to yet another game in this time frame with 29 minutes and 39 seconds left. Projected wise, just from looking at it, the last few games we've been playing has been going by really quick, as each game finished up with 10 minutes and change on average. So if we keep up that average pace, we could be seeing at least 5 games in this time frame. Maybe 5, I'll say maybe 5 for now, maybe 6, depending on how much we get done here. So in this case here, we have a little bit of a recap here of the last few games. Last game, you saw the Predators win their 3rd straight game, winning 2-1. Not a shutout, but it's fine. But it's not a shutout, but it's all right, as the first 2 games of this time frame were both shutouts. For today, for Game 4 of this time frame, the 76-77 Habs will be the visiting team, as the Predators will be the home team. As you can see, the Predators currently lead this time frame 3-0. If they win this game, they're sitting in prime position for Team NHL to win their first time frame of this project. For the Habs, this is a must-win game. Otherwise, this won't be a series. And Nashville will sit prime and pretty to beat the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens for the first time in this project. With that being said, with 29 minutes and 39 seconds left on the clock, what do you say we drop the puck? If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do it. Start the clock. And we're kicking things off with a quality check, this time between players 3 and 6. So anybody that's on the Habs, and Thomas Novak with will be the Predators' lucky contestant here for the quality check between speed, skill, and smart. Everybody except Pierre Bouchard has speed and skill. So how about we go ahead and I think we'll go with Tremblay. We'll say Tremblay. We're looking for smart. It looks like Novak has smart. We will have Novak move in on Ken Dryden, who needs to make a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the save. He can't, and he will. And Thomas Novak puts the 22-23 Nashville Predators on the board early. And how many assists will be given out on the play? So 2 assists. We'll go with Duchesne. So Novak from Duchesne and Tyson Barrie. Is your stat line for the goal, for the ice-breaking goal here in this one. Visitor scoring chance of a 26. Choice visitor player rolls for a goal using assist stars +2. Well, of course, we're going to have to give it to Larry Robinson because the Habs do need to get on the board. They have not been scoring goals as of late. So let's see if he can do so. He needs to roll a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to get on the board. A 5 or a 6 will not do. And Larry Robinson will put the Habs on the board. It is tied up at 1 apiece. And 2 assists will be given out on the play. Mario Tremblay will be 1. And we'll say Bob Gainey will be the other one. So Robinson from Tremblay and Gainey are your goal stat line for the Larry Robinson goal here in the second stage of the first period. In the second stage of the first segment. Quality check, this time between both players in 3. That is Jarvis and Sissons for power. Colton Sissons does have power, so he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden, who needs to make a 5 and a 5 or a 6 with a dot to make the save. He will make the save, and that's going to do it for the first segment of the game, number 4 here in this one, as the game is all tied up at 1 apiece heading in to the next segment of the first period. Visitor scoring chance of 51. Home player in 1, that's Yakov Treinen, will stop the goal with a quality roll of power or a square. He does not have a square, but he does have power, so he's going to stop the Montreal goal. So a good play by Yakov Treinen to keep this game right where it's at. It's tied up at 1 apiece through 10 minutes of the first period. Quality check between players 4 and 2. That's Roman Josi and Guy Lafleur for skill. Both guys have skill, and we move on to the next segment of the game. Quality check between players 2 and 4. That's Mark Jankowski and Pierre Bouchard for smart. Both guys have smart, and that's going to do it for the first period. So after 20 minutes in the books here in Game 4, we are tied up at 1 apiece at the Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. A scoring chance to kick off the second period with a 41. Home player in 5, that is Dante Fabro, creates a goal with a quality roll of smart or a triangle. He does not have a triangle. However, he does have smart, so he's going to be moving in on Ken Dryden, who needs to make who needs to have a 6 blank in order to not save this one. Nope, and he will definitely save it. So Dante Fabro will, as Ken Dryden makes the save, Dante Fabro Fabro, Dante Fabro will shoot, and however, Ken Dryden will make the stop, and we move on to the next segment. Another quality check, this time between players 5 and 1. That's McDonough and Steve Shutt for power. It looks like both guys have power, and we are going to move on in this one here at the Bridgestone Arena, all tied up at 1 apiece here in Game 4. Quality check between players 3 and 1. That's Glass and Wilson for speed. Both guys have speed, and we move on to, of course, the next segment. We got a quality check, this time between both players in 5. That's Dante Fabro and Bill Nyrop for star. Neither of them have stars, so we will end. And after 40 minutes of play in the book, 40 minutes in the books, here at Bridgestone Arena, the score is all deadlocked, all dead even at 1 apiece. Here in this one, as we move to the third period, right now with a visitor scoring chance of a 15, home goalie must make play save. So Kevin Lankinen is the home goalie. Home goalie. Yes, home goalie must make a play save, so he needs to make a 1, 2, 3, or 4 to stop the Montreal goal. He can't, and Montreal will take the lead, their first lead of this time frame. Let's see who scores the goal. 6. It'll be player with the best shot rating. That is going to be Yvon Cournoyer scoring the goal. And if I butcher any names, I do apologize. 4 with the assists, so 2 assists, Larry Robinson and Pete Mahavlich will get the assists on the Yvon Cournoyer goal. The go-ahead goal here in the third period. It's early, but I wouldn't count on it if I were the Habs fans, because you can see how greedy, or not greedy, I shouldn't say, how luckily the Nashville Predators can be as we enter into the next portion of this segment with a quality check between players 2 and 3, Michael McCarron and Jacques Lemar for skill. Jacques Lemar has skill, so therefore he moves in on Kevin Lankinen, who he shoots and scores. Jacques Lemar puts the Habs in front of an insurance, puts them in front via more insurance goals, as Lemar puts the Habs up in front 3-1. And let's see how many assists we're getting on the play. 2. It looks like it will be... I do want to keep that circle out there. So we'll go with Savard and Tremblay. So Lemar from Savard and Tremblay will be your goal scoring stat line for the 3-1 lead for the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens. We got a quality check between players 1 and 3. That's Sherwood and Jarvis for power. Neither of them have power, and that's going to do it for the segment. This first segment of the third period here at Bridgestone Arena. And we move on. Home scoring chance of a 54. This could be the opportunity to get on the board to get this game within 1 goal. Visitor defense player in 5, that is Bill Nyrop, stops a goal with a quality roll of hit or a square. He does have hit and he does have a square, so Bill Nyrop will stop the goal, and we move on to the next segment. Quality check between players 4 and 1. That's Barry and Gainey. And the quality we're looking for is power. Bob Gainey does have power, and he's moving in on Kevin Lankinen, who shoots. And Lankinen makes the stop. Oh man, that could have been so bad for the Nashville Predators if Kevin Lankinen didn't stop the goal. So therefore, uh, uh, Kevin Lankinen made a huge stop, preventing this game getting out of hand to be 4-1 as we move on to the final segment of the game with a visitor scoring chance of a 43. Any visitor player with a triangle creates a goal. Unfortunately, yes, we have Robinson, Mahovlich, Lafleur, and Schutt. I think we're going to give that to Steve Schutt. We'll give it to Steve Schutt, who create the goal chance. And let's see if he does. Moving in on Kevin Lankinen, who Schutt will shoot. And Lankinen will make the stop. Wow. Wow. So that will do it for this one. Stop the clock. And with 18:10 left in the 18:10 left in the time frame, we will be playing game 5, and if we have enough time remaining, we will play a game 6. Oh man. So Montreal will get on the board. Will definitely get on the board in this time frame, winning this one by a final score of 3-1 over the 22-23 Nashville Predators. Stay tuned for the Bitty Beer Game 4 summary. And, of course, Game 5 coming up right after this. And welcome back, folks, with 18 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. This may end up being the final game, but if there is time left on the clock, we will definitely play out game 6. So the max that we have gotten so far is 5. And if we have enough time remaining, there will be a game 6 on this time frame. And again, to remind folks, once the clock hits 0, we will finish out the current game that we are on. So say if this game lasts the full 18 minutes and 10 seconds, which I don't think it will, we will finish out the game and then stop for the day. So it looks like we will have enough time to play one more game if we can get through this one within the allotted time of average time that we have hit so far, which every game has gone 10 minutes, at least 10 minutes and change. So with that being said, let's get rolling here with our next game. Start the clock. And we're starting things off with a penalty check between players 2 and 5. That's Guy Lafleur and Ryan McDonough. Both players have the same penalty ratings, so it'll end up being a tie. And we move on to the next segment. And the referee says, play on. But if I catch any of you two doing something silly again, you're going to the penalty box. We got a quality check, this time between players 2 and 4. Between 2 and 4. That's Yvonne Cornorier and Roman Yossi. It is for smart. Both guys have smart, and we move on. Home scoring chance of 25. Choice home player rolls for gold using assist stars +2. We're going to give that easily to Larry Robinson, as he has 2 assist stars. Adding on 2 more would be 4. So he moves in on UC Saros, who needs to try to make the save. A 5 or a 6 will do. Oh, and he can't get it. He will score. Larry Robinson will score, and the Habs go up early, 1-0 over the 22-23 Nashville Predators. Let's see how many assists we're getting. So 2 assists, Pete Mahovlich, and we'll go with Mario Tremblay. So Larry Robinson from Mahovlich and Mario Tremblay will be your stat line for the ice-breaking goal here in Game 5. We got a quality check between players 3 and 2. That is Jacques Lemar and Michael McCarron for power. It looks like McCarron does have power as he moves in on Michel Larocque to hopefully make a play save as he shoots. And Larocque makes the save to keep this game right where it is of 1-0. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 41. Visitor player in 4 creates a goal with a quality roll of hit or a triangle. Oh, Tyson Barrie is in player spot 4. He does not have hit and he does not have a triangle. So therefore, nothing will come up and the Habs will escape the first period with a 1-0 lead as we head to the second period of action here at the Forum in Montreal. Quality check to begin the second period between players 3 and 1. That's Jarvis and Forsberg for star. Both guys have star, and we move on to the next segment here of the game. We got a 5-3-4, so it's a quality check between players 3 and 4, Mahovlich and Yossi for hits. Neither of them have hit, and we move on to the next segment of this ball game right here at the Forum in Montreal. Penalty check between both guys in 2. It looks like Guy Lafleur and Matt Duchene both had the same penalty rating of 0.5, so no penalty is called, and the ref says play on, so a little shoving match going, and the ref says, hey, if I catch you doing that again, you're going to the box. We move on to the next segment. We got a quality check between players 1 and 2. That's Wilson and Jankowski for hit. Neither of the players selected has hit, and we move on to the next we move on after 40 minutes of play in the book. After 40 minutes have been played and in the books, it is 1-0. Your score is 1-0 in favor of the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens as we head to the third period. Quality check between players 2. So anybody with all the qualities. So no player on the Predators has every quality. So it looks like closest is going to be Novak. Or actually, let's go with Barrie. I do want to keep that triangle out there. Let's go with Tyson Barrie for skill. Oh, both players have skill. By the skin of their teeth, they were able to tie. They were able enough to tie things up here as we move on to the next segment. It's another quality check, this time between players 2 and 5. That's Tremblay and Dante Fabro. It's going to be for hit. Oh, Fabro does not have hit, but Mario Tremblay does, as Tremblay will move in on UC Saros to make a good shot here as he shoots and scores. Mario Tremblay will get on the board. It is 2-0 in favor of the 1976-77 Habs. Let's see how many assists we're getting. 1 assist. It looks like the only assist will be from Jacques Lemar. So Tremblay from Lamar will be your stat line for that goal to make this interesting and to make this a game of 2-0. Oh, and it's an injury to the home to the excuse me, it's a triple sixes. We have an injury to the visiting players. Same procedure as before, so we'll re-roll this die right here that I've highlighted. It's 5. Oh, and it's Dante Fabro. So Dante Fabro will be coming out of the game, and just like regular hockey, we will play it as the Predators are a man down, just like you would normally see in the game of hockey. We take care of that segment, and that is it. We got a quality check between players 2 and 3. So let's do this. Let's move. Actually, yeah, we'll keep Yossi there, and it will move Yossi back and forth if he's used. So between players 2 and 3, that's Lafleur and Novak for hit. Nobody has hit, and we move on to hopefully the final segment of this one here at the Forum in Montreal. And penalty check between players 5 and 2. That is Nyrop and Michael McCarron. Oh, Michael McCarron is going to have to go to the box. It's a power play opportunity for the Habs as Bill Nyrop moves in on UC Saros, who needs to make a 2 or a 3 with a dot. Should do it as as Nyrop shoots. And UC Saros makes the stop the clock. Oh man, we have just plenty of time left in this time frame to play out Game 6 with 9 minutes and 51 seconds left. The Montreal Canadiens do take Game 5 and have a chance to tie this time frame up with a crucial, and I mean crucial, victory next game, with hopefully with a crucial tie coming up should they win Game 6 and have this at the rest of the time frame be played out as such. So my goodness, stay tuned for that for Game 6 and see what happens. But for right now, here is your Bitty Beer Game 5 game summary. This is it. Game 6 will decide this time frame. Here is how. Currently, your score for the time frame is the 22-23 Nashville Predators hang on to a slim but dire 3-2 time frame lead. If the 22-23 Predators win Game 6 with whatever time is left on the clock, they will become the first team to beat the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens in this project. However, if the 76-77 Habs are victorious in Game 6, unfortunately, if the clock hits 0, and if the Canadiens win, this time frame will end up being a tie. So you folks better cheer on your favorite team for this time frame. With that in mind, with 9 minutes and 51 seconds left on the clock, this could be it. All or nothing. Let's get to it. Start the clock. And we kick things off with a penalty check between players 3 and 2. That is Sissons and Yvonne Cournoyer. I believe both of them have the same penalty rating, 0 and 0. Yes, both of them do. And the ref says it's early, play on. Quality check between players 5 and 2. That's Barry and 5 and 2. Yes, Barry and Tremblay for star. Neither of them have star, and we move on to the next portion of, or excuse me, the next segment of this first period here at Bridgestone Arena. Home scoring chance of a 63. Home defense stop. Oh no! Oh my goodness! Breakaway chance. Visitor goalie must make play save. So Michel Larocque is the starting goaltender for Montreal. He needs to make a 5 or a 6 with a dot to stop the breakaway chance. So someone on the Habs is getting ready to move in on Larocque as they try to tip the puck in. And Larocque makes the save. Oh man. So nobody flips because the goalie stays the same, and we move on. Visitor scoring chance of a 13. Home goalie must make play save, so UC Saros needs to make a 3 or a 4 with a dot to make the save, which he will do so. And that is going to do it for this first period here at Bridgestone Arena. So after 20 minutes in the books, we're deadlocked at 0-0. Big fat goose egg. We got a quality check to begin the second period of play here at Bridgestone Arena between anybody on the Predators, and Guy Lafleur will be the picked guy for the Canadiens. It looks like we're looking for power to win it. It's close. We're going to give it to Roman Josi, who does have power, as he moves in on Michel Larocque, who needs to make a play save of 5 or a 6 with a dot. And he does so. Michel Larocque keeps this game tied at 0 apiece, as this game decides the time frame right here. We got a visitor scoring chance of a 26. Choice visitor player rolls for goal using assist stars +2. Oh man, you know what? Larry Robinson has been a key player in this time frame. We are definitely going to give it to him to hopefully send the Habs into orbit with a 1-0 lead, as it's a 1, 2, 3, or 4 will do it. 5 or 6 won't do it. Unbelievable. Larry Robinson has been the player of this time frame so far, as he scores a goal to break the ice here at the Bridgestone Arena here in Nashville. Let's see how many assists. 2 assists. We will definitely give 1 assist to Yvon Cournoyer, and the other assist will go to Doug Jarvis. So Robinson from Cournoyer, and Jarvis are your goal scoring stat line for that one. And we move on to the next portion in this segment. It's a quality check, this time between players 2 and 3. That's McCarron and Mahovlich for skill. Mahovlich has skill, and he moves in on UC Saros, who shoots, and Saros makes the stop. Ooh, man, to keep this game right where it's at, to give your team a chance to win this time frame. But you're down by 1. You need to score you need to score 2 goals to seal up the deal. Can they do it with a quality check between players 4 and 6? That's Jeremy Lauzon, and anybody on the ice with hit and power will counter that with Pierre Bouchard. We're looking for quality of hits. Both have hit, and we move on to the next segment here to keep as your score so far is 76-77 Montreal 1 and the 22-23 Nashville Predators nothing. We got a quality check between players 1 and 2. That's Jakob Treinen and Mario Tremblay for speed. Oh, Mario Tremblay has speed. This is not going to be pretty, folks, as he moves in on UC Saros, who needs to make a 4 with a dot max to make the save, which he will do so. Wow. Heart pounding action going on here in Game 6 of this time frame. The most games we played so far in this project in any time frame has been 6 games. And after 40 minutes of hockey are in the books, the Habs lead the Predators 1-0 as we head to the third period. We got a 1-1-5. That is a visitor scoring chance of a 15. Home goalie must make play save. UC Saros has done it before. Can he do it again? He does. Excuse me. He does so, and we move on to the next segment. 2-4-1. Unbelievable. This is a quality check between players 4 and 1. That's Roman Josi and Bob Gainey. Oh, for speed. Both of them have speed. Nashville fans were hoping for a hit, or excuse me, we're hoping for something other than speed, but either way, not too good, not too pretty. Oh my goodness. Are we going to see things ending up being a time frame here? Let's find out. We have a quality check between players 2 and 3. That's Matt Duchesne and Jacques Lemar for speed. Both have speed. Oh my goodness. Oh boy, this is not going to be pretty for Nashville fans, but we'll be happy for the Habs fans as we move on to the next segment. Hopefully, the final one here. We got a quality check between player number 1, that's Keeper Sherwood, and anybody on the ice for the Habs with hits, smart, and skill. It is close, but I think we're going to go with Bill Nyroff. Looking for smart. Keeper Sherwood has smart. This could do it right here as he moves in on Larocque. And Larocque makes the stop. Oh my goodness. So now we go to the empty net minutes chart with 1 minute and 3, with approaching 1 minute remaining in the time frame. So this is going to end up being the final game in this time frame. Here we go. Either we go to overtime or the time frame is over. 11. Roll a die. We're gonna roll a die. If lower or equal to leading team squares, the game is over. However, leading team goalie must make a play save. Otherwise, it will do so. So, looking at it, the leading team is Montreal. They have 2, 4, 5 triangles. If this number right here is a 6, the leading team goalie, Michel Larocque, needs to make the save. Otherwise, the game will be over. Then the game is over, and right on cue, stop the clock. The game is over, and the Nashville Predators, unbelievable, bursted out to a 3-0 time frame lead. Will end up down 3-0. The Habs will gladly take Game 6 with a tie of 1 and a tied up time frame of 1-0. Since both teams have tied, this time frame will go into the tie box on my stat sheet. Man, oh man, what a series this was. And it took the remainder of the time frame as it did. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Woo! So with that being said, I am really excited to continue this project for the 24-25 NHL season. Expect new time frame videos to pop up every day whenever there's a regular season game going on. This was really fun. I'm going to say it. This is really fun. Stay tuned for some more good hockey action here on Hockey Blast Express action here on the channel. And stay tuned for not only the Game 6 summary presented by Bitty Beer and the time frame summary as well. And also stay tuned for the first opponent, who will be the Habs' first opponent picked by the Wheel of Fates to be explained coming up right after the time frame game summaries. So stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's time frame matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 22-23 Nashville Predators. We look forward to bringing you future time frame matchups throughout the 2024-25 National Hockey League's regular season whenever games are being played. On screen right now are two wheels of fate that will be spun after each time frame going forward in this project as long as the game is being played out during the 2024-2025 NHL regular season. Every time we spin these two wheels, we are pleased to welcome aboard two PLAAY Games community sponsors, as each spin of the team wheel on your left is presented by your favorite Bitty Beer products. If you choose to drink Bitty Beer, please drink responsibly. Big taste, Bitty price, Bitty Beer. And for each time we spin the home team wheel, it is presented by Doc Cola, the official cola drink of the PLAAY Games community, and of course, the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. Before we begin to spin these two wheels to figure out who will be playing the 76-77 Montreal Canadiens on October the 8th, I do have a special announcement of what I'm cooking up here and what's brewing here on my end of the PLAAY Games spectrum. I have been developing and brainstorming ideas as of late, but for not just one Express Hour show, but for 3 new Express Hour shows, and you already know one of them, and that is the Hockey Blast Express Hour, which will debut during the 2025-2026 National Hockey League regular season. Weekly episodes of the Hockey Blast Express Hour will be available on the channel every Wednesday. It will feature matchups like you would see from yesterday with the 84-85 Oilers and from today's matchup featuring the 2022-23 Nashville Predators, and as well as the rest of the matchups in this project for the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens Gauntlet Challenge. So already know one of the Express Hour shows, but what about the other two? Well, the first new Express Hour show that I'm cooking up, of course, involves History Maker Baseball and it's entitled The History Maker Baseball Express Hour will make its official debut March of 2026. We are targeting for an opening day, special opening day episode for the 2026 regular season. And you can expect new weekly episodes to arrive for this show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on the channel. So expect the Express Hour to hit the diamond in 2026, which I'm really excited to see what it will bring. So that is good news. The Hockey Blast Express Hour will debut in October of next year for the 2025-26 regular season for the National Hockey League. And of course, the History Maker Baseball Express Hour that was just announced is coming to the channel in March of 2026. But what about the final Express Hour show that I'm thinking of? Well, for you gridiron football fans, I didn't forget about you. Because this next Express Hour, this final Express Hour show that is coming soon to the channel involves great plays, great catches, the Lombardi Trophy, hell, even the Lions, Bengals, and Bears. Oh my, that's right. The Express Hour will be hitting the gridiron in the second season Express Hour, which debuts in the fall of 2026. And you can expect to catch a new episode every Friday and Sunday during the regular season and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday during the postseason. There will be a special Super Bowl Sunday episode premiering at 12 noon Eastern, and I'm planned to play that year's Super Bowl matchup entirely with Second Season Express. So with that, 3 new Express Hour shows are coming soon to the channel as we get set to blast off with Hockey Blast Express Hour next year in 2025, followed by the History Maker Baseball Express Hour in March of 2026. And pretty soon after that, the second season Express Hour will debut in the fall of 2026. New episodes will be available every week on the channel during each of the mentioned seasons, during the hockey season, the baseball season, and of course, the gridiron football season. Stay tuned to the PLAAY Games community Facebook page for more details as these 3 new shows, except for Hockey Blast Express Hour, which will make its debut October 2025, as well as, or I should say, stay tuned to the PLAAY Games community Facebook group page for more details on the History Maker Baseball Express Hour and Second Season Express Hour, as still, right now, its planned debut for the History Maker Baseball Express Hour is supposed to make its debut March 2026, and for the Second Season Express Hour, projected to make its debut in the fall of 2026. And with that in mind, and again, I'm really excited to bring you all 3 new Express Hour shows coming soon to the channel, and I'm looking forward to sharing further details on both the History Maker Baseball Express Hour and Second Season Express Hour here on the channel you can expect a lot more details to be shared within the coming months on those two shows. But for now, that's all I can tell you is that along with the Hockey Blast Express Hour, two new Express Hour shows are coming soon to the channel very, very soon. And with that in mind, let's get to it. Turn your attention to the Montreal Canadiens, to the Bitty Beer teams wheel on your left, and let's see who will be playing the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens on October the 8th. And it looks like we have our winner, the 1999-2000 Boston Bruins. Now, between the Bruins and the down between the 99 and 2000 Bruins, which of those two is going to begin the time frame as the home team? Please turn your attention to the Doc Cola home team decider wheel, and let's find out who will begin the time frame as the home team. And it looks like the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens will begin the time frame on October the 8th as the home team. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our first matchup between on October the 8th, the wheels have spoken, and the 1999-2000 Boston Bruins will do battle against the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens. Thank you for tuning in to today's action here in today's time frame matchup as the Montreal Canadiens and as the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 2022 Predators battled to a tie in today's time frame matchup. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already, and turn on the notifications bell so that way you get notified on new videos appearing on the channel, as well as every time a new time frame matchup will be available here on the channel. Don't forget to leave a like, and of course comment on anything that I can really fix here on the channel, as well as commenting below on your thoughts on today's action and concerns that I can improve on, or just say on for the project, or if you just want to say congrats or just say something nice. Again, thank you for tuning into the video. Stay tuned on October the 8th for your next matchup between the 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens and the 1999-2000 Boston Bruins. Thank you for tuning in to the video, and have yourself a great day.